Hello everybody, Mr. Matthew here, coming to you live from my office with all my cool library of adult books. They're boring adult books, you wouldn't like them. Well, today we've got story time for everybody. Hope you're excited. The first book we've got today is Morris Mole. Let's get started. Bum, 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 bum. Morris Mole. Gotta angle it just right so it doesn't get all blinded by the sun. Because you know, moles hate sunlight. Let me just... Oh dear. Shiny book. Here we go. There was a mole who lived with his big brothers. Together they dug, they ate, they slept. The littlest mole was Morris, and he was just a bit different from everyone else. There we go. One day, his biggest brother announced, "We've run out of food." "Then we must dig down even farther," his second biggest brother declared. The rest of the brothers agreed. Oh, you know what? That's even better. Except for Morris. "I have an idea." But no one heard him. Oh, look, he's got a cute little suit on. Digging for food. "Let's go, brothers!" all the moles shouted. "Dig, dig down, deep into the ground." Oh, there's Morris. He's not digging at all. Morris shouted his idea even louder, but still no one heard him. He knew what he had to do. Well, let's see. What did Morris do? He was scared, but he dug deep down and found his courage. Bum, 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 bum. Ha! "I may be small, but I can do big things," said Morris. So Morris did something none of his brothers had ever done. He dug up. Oh dear, look what he found when he dug up. He had never smelled anything so sweet, heard a song so pretty, met folks so friendly, or felt so at peace. And Morris had never tasted anything so scrumptious. He was having such a good time, he almost forgot why he was here. So he gathered up all sorts of delicious things to eat, like crunchy, creepy crawlies and scrumptious snails, wonderfully wiggly worms, tiny tasty fishies, yummy nuts and lovely caterpillars. And then he picked what he thought was a particularly big and beautiful blackberry. But it wasn't a blackberry at all. Oh my gosh, he grabbed a nose. It belonged to a very hungry fox. He took one look at Morris and... he was about to swallow him up in one big gulp. The fox suddenly heard a loud growl. Oh, good. "Hide me, please," said the fox. "Always happy to help," replied Morris, he began to dig. And dig, and dig, and dig. Look, the fox is hiding. Hey, Pipsqueak, growled a wolf. Where's that lousy fox? I don't know, Morris said, even though he really did. And so the wolf left. Mwah. The fox thanked Morris. And then he and his friends helped find food for the little mole. Morris thanked the fox. Back underground, Morris surprised his brothers with a feast. Great job, Morris, his brother said. I may be small, Morris said, but I can do big things. The end. Next up we have Don't Let the Pigeons Stay Up Late. Everybody loves pigeon books, even Mr. Matthew, because I get to do silly voices. Oh good, it's you. Listen, it's getting late and I need to brush my teeth. Can you do me a favor? Don't let the pigeons stay up late. Thanks. Ah. Whew. First of all, I'm not even tired. Are we going to let him stay up late even though he's not tired? No. In fact, I'm in the mood for a hot dog party. Let's have a hot dog party, kids. Yeah! Whew. What do you say? Come on, hot dog party. No? What? I hear there's a good show about birds on TV tonight. Should be very educational. Okay, what do you say, kids? Educational birds TV documentary? Are we going to let the pigeons stay up late? No. Say no, pigeon! No, pigeon! That's right. Whew. How about 5 more minutes? Come on, what's 5 minutes in the grand scheme of things? What do you guys think? 5 more minutes for the pigeon to stay up? No. What? What? I'm not tired. You know, we never get to talk anymore. Tell me about your day. Oof, well, today, pigeon, Oh, wait a minute, I'm not falling for that. He almost got me. Oh, I've got a great idea. We could count the stars. No, let's not do that. Huh. Can I have a glass of water? Studies show that pigeons hardly need any sleep at all. It's the middle of the day in China. I'll go to bed early tomorrow. Yeah, that'll work. Ugh. Hey, hey, ho, ho, this pigeon just won't go. Please. My bunny wants to stay up too. Can't say no to the bunny, can you? What do you guys think? Should we let the pigeon stay up late? No! Oh dear. Okay, that was not a yawn. Whew, I was just stretching. I'm 110% awake. You haven't heard the last of me. Great work, kids. Thanks. Hot dog party. Yeah. Hot dog party. Alright, we're gonna let the pigeons sleep now. And the last story we have today is The Berenstein Bears Forget Their Manners. Oh dear, I hope you guys never forget your manners. My mama would be so mad at me. There was trouble in the big tree house, down a sunny dirt road, deep in bear country. Trouble with manners. The bear family's trouble with manners was that they forgot them. Bum, bum, bum. At first, it was just an occasional please or thank you that got forgotten. Then there was a rude push without an excuse me. Then a reach across the table instead of a please pass the broccoli. He just reached in front of everybody. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, and then it got worse. Mama Bear wasn't quite sure how or why it happened, but she was sure of one thing. Whatever the reason, the bear family had become a pushing, shoving, name-calling, ill-mannered mess. Whew. At the table, it was even worse. They were grabbing, mouth-stuffing, food-fighting, kicking under the table, super mess. Of course, Mama Bear tried to correct Brother and Sister Bear's behavior. She tried coaxing. She tried complaining. She tried shouting. She tried going to Papa for help, though it sometimes seemed to Mama that he was part of the problem. Papa banged on the table and shouted in only a shout that he could shout, but nothing seemed to do any good. Well, Mama didn't like what was happening to her family. Not one bit. Something had to be done. But what? The best way to fight bad habits, she thought, was with good habits. Then she thought of a plan. She got a big piece of cardboard and a marker, and at the top she wrote, "The Bear Family Politeness Plan." When the plan was finished, she called a family meeting and showed it to Papa and the cubs. It certainly got the bear family's attention. Oh my goodness, look at this long list she wrote out. It's so much. Pause here if you would like to read the list. Mama's plan had a list of all the rude things she wanted to stop, and beside each one was a penalty, a job, a chore that went with it. If you forgot a please or a thank you, you had to sweep the front steps. If you pushed or shoved, you had to beat 2 rugs. If you got caught name-calling, you had to clean out the whole basement. Oh dear. "But, Mama," sputtered the cubs, "you're not being fair." "It seems to me," she said, "that you're the ones not being fair. To yourselves or to anyone else. That's what manners are all about. Being fair and considerate. Manners are very important. They help us get along with each other. Why, without manners—" "Your Mama's absolutely right," interrupted Papa. Oh no. he interrupted Mama. Thank you, Papa, for your comment, but interrupting is number 3 on the rude list, and the penalty is dusting the downstairs, Mama said, and handed him a feather duster. Ha ha. Said Brother, this looks serious. I think we'd better come up with a plan of our own, or we're going to be doing a lot of chores. What sort of a plan? Asked Sister. Well, he said, instead of being polite, we'll just be super polite. We'll please and thank you so much that Mama will get fed up and call the whole thing off. Yes, said Sister. We'll be so polite, she won't be able to stand it. That sounds, like a weird plan. We'll see how that works out for them. They put their plan into action. They were super polite. On the stairs, after you, Sister dear. Why, thank you, Brother dear. And in the hall, excuse me, Brother dear. Why, certainly, Mother dear, Sister dear. And in the bathroom, terribly sorry to have kept you waiting. Think nothing of it, my dear brother. They're being so nice. But it didn't work the way they expected. Mama didn't get fed up with politeness at all. And after a while, Brother and Sister forgot about trying to be polite, and they were just polite. At the table, pass the honey, please. Certainly, Brother. In their bedroom, would you like me to help you pick up your toys? Why, thank you very much, dear Sister. In the yard, oops, sorry, I didn't mean to bump into you. Well, that's quite all right, no harm done. And it turned out that Mama had been right. Things did go more smoothly. Once they got out of their bad habits, they learned manners and got into some good habits. They didn't even need to think about it. But it wasn't so easy for Papa. He was the one who got fed up. It's a little harder to change your habits when you're old. And he had to do quite a few extra chores for forgetting all of his manners. I'm glad to get out of the house, away from that politeness plan, he said as he drove the family along the highway on a trip to the store. Whew. Manners and courtesy are just as important away from the home, especially on the road, said Mama as they stopped at a stop sign and let pedestrians and other cars pass. They help us drive safely. Well, grumbled Papa as they all went into the busy supermarket, I think you can have too much of a good thing. You've got to have common sense along with manners. Why, if you let everyone go ahead of you at the checkout, you'd be there forever. And sometimes you have to interrupt. Excuse me, madame, he interrupted a shopper, but I believe you have a leaking bottle in your cart. The shopper thanked him for his help. This is going weird. You see, he said, driving home there's more to life than remembering your manners. Besides, manners are all right for the cub and mama bear. Bronk! Oh dear. But we Papa Bears have other things too. And at that moment, the car in front stopped suddenly and Papa bumped into it. He was furious. Why, that pin-headed fiddlebrain, he snarled. Name-calling, reminded Sister Bear. Oh, that bear looks angry. The penalty for name-calling was cleaning the whole basement. So Papa gritted his teeth and remembered his manners. And a good thing, too, because climbing out of the other car was the biggest, angriest bear he had ever seen. But when the angry bear saw how polite Papa was, he remembered his manners, too. He explained that he had to stop short because a mama and her baby little ducklings were crossing the road in front of him. Then he and Papa Bear looked at the bumpers and saw no harm had been done. Oh, good. As I was saying, said Papa as they continued on their way, it's very important us to remember our manners at all times. And I want to thank you, sister, for reminding me to remember mine. You're very welcome, I'm sure, said Sister Bear politely. Bye, everybody. See you next week.